Homemade marshmallow on agar-agar made from apples. It only differs from the store-bought ones in that it's much tastier. I'll tell you what to do. If you don't have a thermometer and a planetary mixer, which apple variety to choose, what the puree should be like, and many more secrets. I share the recipe you like and subscribe. The recipe is in the description and at the end of the video. Hello, Sasha is here with you and let's start cooking already. So I want to start the conversation about marshmallow with apples. More precisely, the variety. The best will be Granny Smith and Samarenko apples. They don't have that much water and have an ideal balance of sweetness and acidity. I have seasonal apples, that's what they're called in the store, and I'm going to cook with them today. I've washed the apples well, cut them into quarters and removed the cores. I've lined the pan with parchment paper, flipped the soft side down and laid it out densely. I bake in a preheated to 180 degrees oven for about 20 minutes. The apples should become soft. You can also bake the apples in the microwave, it will take about 10 minutes. I throw them on the grill, it was previously lined with foil, I give the excess juice to drain. You can put the bowl under the press overnight in the refrigerator. I blend the mass into a puree right with the skin and then I strain it through a sieve. As a result, you get a uniform puree. It should not be liquid, it should hold its shape well, and if you turn a spoon with puree, it does not fall off the spoon. If your puree turned out to be liquid, then you need to boil it down further. Next, the puree needs to be cooled well. It's better to leave it overnight in the refrigerator. If you don't do this, the meringue will not whip up. From this amount, we need to take 125 grams. This is one portion. Usually this is about 4 apples, but it all depends on the size of the apples, the amount of pulp that will remain after you strain the puree through a sieve. Therefore, it's better to bake the apples with a reserve. I have about 2.5 portions on the video. Before starting further preparation, I advise preparing the surface where you will be depositing the marshmallow and a pastry bag with a nozzle. To make the marshmallow look beautiful and uniform, I put a sheet of paper with drawn circles under the Teflon mat. I take the mixer, send the cooled puree egg white and start beating at a low speed first. Then I increase it to the maximum, beating until thick peaks form. The top of the mass should hold its shape very well. At the same time, we are boiling the syrup. Now I will tell you how to check the quality of agar, its gelling properties. We combine the sautéed ingredients with water and agar without adding sugar. We start heating. If the water turns into a gel, it means the agar is working. We add sugar and start boiling the syrup. If you are confident in the quality of the agar, you can combine sugar, water and agar right away. How to boil syrup without a thermometer? Bring the syrup to a boil and simmer over medium heat for 5 minutes, stirring constantly. It will start to bubble, that's how it should be. When the syrup starts to drip in a thin stream, becomes thick and stretchy, it means the syrup is ready. Usually it takes about 5 minutes, as I said earlier. If you are doing everything with a hand mixer, then first we whip the puree with the protein, then we cook the syrup. We set the mixer speed to medium and start introducing the syrup in a thin stream. Do not pour all the syrup into the protein at once, it will curdle. We introduce all the syrup, whip it for about a minute more and set it aside and the marshmallow is ready. We have prepared a pastry bag in advance. There is a nozzle in it and I transfer the mass into the pastry bag. Squeeze out a small platform from the mass first, then lead it around. You can make it higher and go around a second time. Now we leave the marshmallow for stabilization. How much time it will take is hard to say. It depends on the humidity of the room. Usually we leave it overnight. Now we connect 2 halves, sprinkle with powdered sugar and you can brew tea. The marshmallow is ready. I wish you strong health and a pleasant appetite, your Sasha. Bye bye.